It's time for another therapist perspective on Love is Blind Season 6, the weddings, so let's get into it. Now, leading up to the wedding of AD and Clay, I assumed AD would say yes and Clay would say yes. But I was quite shocked to see her say yes and him say no. Now, leading up to the wedding, her family is beautiful. It shows you a lot that sometimes we don't see authentic Black families on this particular show. I think in the past we've seen a lot of Black and brown families not really buy in and believe in the experiments, so we often don't see them. But to see the relationship between AD and her mother, I think it was great, but I think for some people it could also lead to being triggered. Their relationship can represent a lot of what women are needing, wanting from their mothers. Some of us will never get that. Some of us will. Okay, but looking at the dynamic between them, mother, daughter, it's a healthy foundation, a healthy relationship. And I think people want that so much from their own mothers. And sometimes recognizing and seeing that on screen makes you feel like it's out there, it's possible, but will I have that? What happened with me and my mother? Why can't we have that dynamic? But to see AD, to see her mom just pour so much belief into her, so much growth, so much really ride or die for one another, and her family has been supportive the whole time, was really amazing to watch. Her mom never switched it up. Her mom was very supportive, and it's unfortunate that AD's mom and Clay's mom do have a good relationship. They are women built off of, I can tell, the struggle, the mud, trying to raise children in an environment without probably fathers, or fathers who were more than just physically present, but mentally were somewhere else. Okay, you see that. You see the growth that she has poured into her daughter. And I would have hoped that they could have blended families, but unfortunately, that didn't happen. Okay, and it was also great to see AD embrace her natural beauty. Oftentimes, as women, our hair, us not being seen with makeup, without a wig, says like there's something wrong with me. Our hair and our makeup often defines who we are, how we feel, how the world sees us. Even on TV, it wasn't until recently you saw a lot of Black women wearing braids. News anchors, I watched the news, I'm like, that Black woman got braids? For so long, it was you have to wear a wig to be seen as presentable. Even nowadays, there's still a lot of, if you don't have your hair together, what's wrong with you? A lot of negativity associated with that. So to see her in multiple scenes, episodes, no makeup on, and I know y'all can't persist about the lashes, okay? Y'all can't persist about the leave outs, okay? Can we not have our hair and our makeup define us as women? Can we get past that, okay? A lot of y'all focus so much on if I was on a TV show, I would have had braids. I would not have them lashes. What was wrong with her leave out? See, that's the problem. We get stuck on looks and don't see past that. But I digress, okay? Now, watching her at her bachelorette party, I was like, she can really like let go, have a good time. And AD seems like a really enjoyable person to be around. Now, when we got up to the altar, okay, we got to that altar, I really thought she was gonna say no and Clay was gonna say yes. I was quite shocked to see her say yes and him say no. Now, looking at that scene from the perspective of AD, it did, as a woman, make me think, am I not good enough? Am I always gonna be a fixer? And oftentimes we see women pour into the men that we are with, the men that we date, and get nothing in return. We're there by their sides, through the thick, through the thin, while they're at the bottom. Okay, we saw Issa on Insecure with her man, and then eventually he got it together. And at some point, someone else benefited from Issa's, I don't want to say hard work, but the things she poured into that man, into Lawrence. Okay, and similar here, we're seeing how she poured and she was committed to the experience. That's the thing about AD, is that she was committed to the experiment of Love is Blind. Okay, So someone who is that committed, I see why at the time of this wedding, she could not see herself trying to make it work past a no from him, because I bought into the experience and seeing other Black couples, Britt, Lauren, Cameron, seeing that it worked for them, I believe that it could work for me. Okay. But now looking at Clay, now in the beginning, I thought to myself, is he gonna say yes? I really thought he was gonna say yes. In my mind, when he said no, it was gonna be a lose-lose for him. Okay, if he said yes, y'all was gonna be upset because he not ready. When he said no, I'm sure y'all upset for so many reasons. He wasted her time. How could he do this to her? See, I knew he wasn't ready. See, I knew he was sassy. Okay, so whatever he said was gonna be, y'all wasn't gonna like it. Okay, because Clay, we can see, is not ready. And so when he started talking about, I want to work on myself, I want to go to therapy, I really want to commit to you the real way that a man can, I was like, okay, I can see it. You're right, you ain't ready. But then he lost me, y'all. He lost me when he started saying he loves her, but he's not sure if he's in love with her. Bruh, you are so lost. That's when that lost sense of self is going to always show up. And watching him have a conversation with his father, Daddy, you part of the problem. You took him as a child on your cat daddy trips. Watching these other women, seeing you interact with him. So now he has a foundation of, this is how I am supposed to be as a man. This is how I'm supposed to interact in relationships. Not only that, he's also seeing and getting his sense of self from TV. Where in his life are men who are in healthy relationships, who are doing the right thing with their women, okay? That's what he needs more of. And I'm curious to see on the reunion where they are. Because I can see them, we tried to make it work. We went back and forth. It just didn't. I still got love for AD. I still love her. But in some ways, he did the right thing by not continuing to waste her time. He did the right thing, y'all. I know right now it's not seeming like it, but he was wasting her time and he is not ready. He's not. And I've said in previous videos, in a couple years, yes. Under the right circumstances, yes. With a lot of support, there could have been a yes on both parts. But this show does not provide therapy, emotional support to make these relationships last, and also to help them really get to the altar. Their main goal is just to create drama, chaos, film it, get to the altar, and wrap it up. We got another season to shoot. And if you notice, the couples who do make it work, where they at? We don't hear from them. Netflix is kind of like, I think, uses people up, throws them away, and then moves on to the next. But let me know your thoughts. Do you think that it's true? Cause I don't see how it can't be true, because where's Brett, Lauren and Cameron for a little bit? I think they had, they were getting their 15 minutes, 20 minutes. People still follow their story on the socials, but Netflix they need to do something with these couples who have happy, successful relationships. Give us a winter house, give us a summer house, give us a Martha's Vineyard, throw them in a house somewhere. I would watch a better thing than what they do with this after the altar, because it sucks. It really does. Now let's get to Amy and Johnny. Now this was a beautiful wedding. I feel like both weddings to me have been the best I've seen in a long time. Both these weddings to me, there was not a lot of chaos. There wasn't a lot of drama. I do think in Seattle, Brett, his wedding, they focused on him being upset about his suit. They had to figure out some kind of drama. But with these two weddings, it was really beautiful. There was no drama. I love the cultural aspects in Johnny and Amy's wedding. I really do. I wish there was some kind of altar, some kind of cultural altar to represent the people who could not be there. Do you guys think that Netflix could have done better about giving them some kind of like more cultural aspects? But to see these two families embrace before the wedding and see that we are already family. You're already my sister. You're already my daughter. It's just, you don't get that too often from this show. The natural, just like, embrace. We don't see it because oftentimes the families do not buy in. And so we never see them. And it was great to see Amy's father be honest and transparent of like, I didn't believe in this, but meeting you for the first time, I knew you were right for my daughter. And for Johnny to respect cultural aspects, respect asking the father for her hand in marriage, was great. Now, do I think they'll live happy ever? Probably. They really just didn't seem like they had any issues, any problems. It's interesting because they both live in, I think, the same, at least state, and would they have ever met? But they had a very beautiful wedding. And it's good to see that the experiment does work. Okay. Now, this episode, did it have to be really an hour and a half? Not really. Okay. Now stick around because next I'm going to actually talk about the reunion. Okay. When we come back for our next recap, it'll be about the reunion. Let me know, what do you forecast for the future? Okay. Who do you think is messing around with each other? Who's really going to show up? Do you guys think that AD and Clay try to make it work? What is Nick and his wife gonna do this time? Are we gonna get real questions? Are we? Let me know your thoughts. This was an amazing episode when it comes to the weddings. Cinematography, editing, very rich. Take notes, Netflix. Y'all can really do some stuff when you put in some effort. Now, I gotta go, but let me know, what are your thoughts about the wedding? Does black love still exist? Cause your girl can get into it. Bye.